is essentially one of decay and decline. However, the arrival of the Germanic and other barbarian tribes during these centuries was not a simple story of one culture replacing another, because the barbarians themselves were profoundly influenced and changed by the Roman civilization that they had supposedly conquered. Many of the political structures, institutions, and titles established by the Romans either endured or were copied. Latin, and in the East, Greek, survived and remained vital languages. In assessing the history of this period, it's too simplistic to fixate on a supposed struggle to the death between Romans and barbarians, not least because the barbarians were very often invited within the borders of the empire by the Romans themselves, who hoped to enlist them as allies or to enroll them in their military. Not only was the reality of barbarian invasions more complicated than often depicted, but the division between Roman and barbarian was frequently blurred. With so many barbarians fighting for Rome and holding Roman titles, it was often hard to tell who is a Roman and who is a barbarian. In recent decades, even the basic premise that the main story of this era was the fall of the Western Roman Empire has been challenged. Some historians have chosen instead to highlight the elements of culture in which there were growth and innovation. They assert that our single-minded focus on the political and economic collapse of the Western Empire has blinded us to the more important things that were going on at this time in other areas, especially religious and intellectual history. Rather than seeing the period between, let's say, AD 300 and 700 as a time of decline, destruction, collapse, and chaos, adherents of this view argue that it was an era when invigorating changes, bold new ideas, and stimulating interactions transformed the stagnant classical world. While the life of Jesus had occurred several centuries earlier, it was during this later period that Christianity became dominant and defined many of its key doctrines. Brilliant Christian thinkers such as Origen, Eusebius, Augustine, Jerome, and Ambrose pored over religious texts and engaged in lively debates. Popes, bishops, and intellectuals met in church councils and wrote treatises arguing various theological positions. The judgments reached at these councils, such as the Nicene Creed formulated at the Council of Nicaea in AD 325, became the basis for official Christian doctrine. Important religious phenomena such as the monastic movement and the cult of the saints also arose at this time. And it was not only Christianity that emerged and grew to prominence. Towards the end of this era in the 600s, Islam was established and spread as well. Therefore, during the very period when there was widespread political and economic disruption and collapse, we also have the birth of new religions, states, and social forms, which constitute the foundations for the modern world in terms of borders, religion, law, and culture. While it might seem that the traditional interpretation of this era that focuses on invasion, death, and destruction is incompatible with the one that emphasizes growth, innovation, and creativity, the two may not be as irreconcilable as they appear. If you are primarily concerned with levels of economic prosperity or traditional political structures, then the negative interpretation is an accurate assessment. But if you are mainly interested in spirituality, then the more positive appraisal of the period can genuinely be the more truthful version. All of these debates about when, why, or even if the Roman Empire ended demonstrate much about the way that we conceive of history and how it unfolds. There's a natural tendency on the part of human beings to want to neatly divide the past into separate epochs and then list a set of defining characterizations for each one. In our desire to establish distinct historical eras, Such periodizations result in oversimplifications and generalizations. This is an interesting debate, but at some point, what we call Roman civilization did surely fall, or at the very least became so transformed that it should be considered something different. So let us return to the two big questions that I started with. When and why did the Roman Empire fall? You might be wondering, where do I, as a history professor who has spent a great deal of time studying ancient Rome, stand on those questions? Well, as this brief survey probably already suggests to you, I do not believe there is any single right answer. I think there can legitimately be multiple right answers depending on which specific aspects of history or culture one is interested in. This is especially true with regard to the question of why did Rome fall? In my opinion, the fall of Rome was due to a set of circumstances and causes rather than to one in particular. The collapse of the Roman Empire is simply too complex and multifaceted a phenomenon to be attributed to a single cause. But it can perhaps be convincingly explained as the confluence of a constellation of different factors. When it comes to the other question, when did the Roman Empire fall? Even if you think there's good arguments to be made for multiple dates, as I do, it should be possible to pick one that you think is the best answer. So if I had to choose just one date to mark the end of Rome, I personally would choose AD 1453, at the conquest of Constantinople by the Turks. I believe that the Byzantine or Eastern Roman Empire does constitute a legitimate branch of Roman civilization, and thus Roman history stretches from the foundation of the city of Rome in 753 BC to the fall of Constantinople in AD 1453. That's an astonishingly long time span of 2,200 years. There are very, very few civilizations that can claim to have lasted for over 2,000 years, or to have had as much success and influence as Rome. In the end, perhaps a better and more important question to ask than when or why Rome fell would be to inquire, how did it manage to last so very, very long? Thanks for tuning in to this episode of After School. If you want to know more about ancient Rome, you can check out any of the audio or video courses that I've made with the teaching company, The Great Courses, or any of my books. All of them are listed on my website, gregoryeseldrete.com. And remember, it's easier to make sense of the present if you know about the past.
Hey boys, I'm back. Just finished showering.
Aang, I'm looking at all of your cameos with Marcy. They're hilarious.
Nice. Check out my stream now. Yeah.
I was checking it out, but then you paused it. That makes me think of Zelda. Is that Zelda?
No, it's kind of similar. This is Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tasos.
That's cool.
Right?
It has elements of Super Mario and Zelda. With the little wheel on top. Is that for Android or?
Funny enough, that's actually from something else. I don't know. You just look up the name Rogue Heroes.
Okay.
I know it's on Steam.
Okay. That looks like a fun game.
Even the trees look like Zelda trees.
It's got that Super Nintendo aesthetic. Yeah, it's got. But if you look at Illusion of Gaia, that has similar trees, as well as something about Story of Thor or whatever in other regions, but it's called like Brain Power in America.
So that entire tea bag with the Shasta Cola, it did its job. I was in the shower and I was just like washing and scrubbing, but like I couldn't do any one thing with attention, with precise attention. I was just doing random shit, and then I'd be like, oh shit, I need to focus on like scrubbing my arms, and then I would lose focus quickly because I was just like moving really quickly, and I was like, damn, my thing is doing its job. It's like I don't even have to worry about the motivation because the motivation is me trying to do my bathing ritual completely on time and not look like a dumbass. Even though you can't really shower a correct way or a bad way if you're just showering overall. You can, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna stop before my caffeine starts getting me in the mood again to go on.
Yeah, you're all hyped up right now.
What do you know? Yeah. I am though. By the way, when I get
loud noises.
I'm getting defensive because of caffeine. I used to do that a lot. I used to joke with people and get really defensive and be like, what do you mean 7 cups of coffee is too much a day? And then they'd be like, you have a problem. I'd be like, no, I don't.
Caffeine addict.
Being a coffee addict, honestly, it was funny for me. But at the same time, I learned how to identify when someone is absolutely having too much because they can like rationalize anything for a vice, specifically with coffee. For me, I was like, I think you guys remember what I was like, honestly.
Speaking of addict, I'm about to go buy a box of wine.
So you're calling yourself an addict? Because I didn't say anything.
I used to be an alcoholic.
Okay. Everyone that's holding an AA meeting for Beetle. Beetle, you are surrounded by friends and family who may or may not know you, but we care about you. What's your go-to wine? Like, what's your favorite wine? Red wine? Table wine?
No, I like Moscato white wine, sweet white. I'll do white Zinfandel too. Anything that's sweet.
I've had champagne, but the champagne. I'm a lightweight, by the way, so it takes one shot of champagne to get me all. Ooh.
One shot?
Not one shot, but like you know those
One
little
glass.
inner glasses. Yeah, the toasting glasses. Not the fat ones.
Yeah.
My God. I think we had a party last time at my college, at my school, and they had red wine, and I drank just like I don't want to. I think it was half a cup. No, it was less than half a cup. And then I got like all tipsy and shit. It was fun. It was honestly fun. And I was just giggling with this other girl about dumb jokes. And my teacher's like, "Oh my God, you guys are already hammered." I'm like, "Yup." She's like, "How much did you have?" I said, "Less than half a party cup, a red party cup." And she's like, "What on earth?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a lightweight." I think that's a good thing though. Like, I feel like I can
Yeah,
handle.
you
my
save
alcohol.
money and you don't get hungover, right?
No. Well, define hungover. You mean like acting crazy or just
Like headaches the
can't?
next day. Headaches and nausea the next day.
I don't get nausea, but I do get headaches. Like when I'm waking up sometimes, I'll be like, "Oh, like what the fuck was I happy about last night?" You know? But nothing too bad.
I just do not drink anymore.
I get so, but like, what's the occasion this time? Just cause?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just in the mood for it.
Mm. You might be
It's a
dehydrated, buddy. Drink some water first.
celebration.
You like to pregame with your video games?
Yeah.
Nice. Me and some friends would do that when we were playing PUBG or Call of Duty Mobile. There'd be some days where it'd be like, okay, let's see. Like every time we say this word, we take a shot of beer, and I'm like, I can't drink beer because I have fatty liver, and she was like, oh. I was like, no, but you guys can still have fun. I don't care. I'll just drink water with you guys. I think I have to get a lot of exercise though because it's before I was doing good. I just gotta walk a lot, but every now and then I do crave a beer. I'm too lazy to go get it, so I feel like that's a good thing. I'm like, the corner store is too far. Hey, Ghost. Guess what I did?
What you did?
I took a shower, but I also drank some cola with a tea bag, and I'm feeling the energy to the point where I don't need motivation to do anything. I just need to go do it. Because I'm not even
That's
thinking.
good.
I'm gonna get in my car like this. Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you. I don't have a car, so don't worry. I was just joking about the car.
I don't have a car either.
Okay. You know what's funny is that why do we get so? I mean, obviously, I know why we get serious about drunk drivers, but we don't do the same thing to bicyclists. If they crash, they just crash. Like,
Well, they're
No,
usually not hurting
because they
people.
don't hurt anyone.
yeah, I know that part, but it's like, well, how do you know? Like, what if you're going really fast on a bike, drunk, and you crash into a crowd of people, and then you send them to the hospital?
Well,
Like,
seriously, a
you run
lot
over
less likely
True.
in every way.
Probably can't even stay on the bike if you're drunk or whatever. Do motorcyclists get pulled over when they're drunk? Well, no, you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably crashing a lot too, huh?
I wouldn't ride a motorcycle drunk. That's like a death sentence.
No, yeah, I used to want to live in the fast lane, and get a motorcycle. But now I'm just like, no, fuck that shit. I'll go flipping with my ass, drinking a coffee or something caffeinated. I'll be like, let me see if I can do this ramp trick, and then dead and over.
Yeah.
They should have motorcycles with training wheels. It's like you can't say you can't say I'm being responsible. I have training wheels on my motorcycle. I like games like Stardew Valley. It's just that there's so much to do and the day passes so fucking quickly. And then you can't stay out there if you're low energy. They like take you back home.
Dang.
As soon
Is
as it
it?
hits
Yeah.
like 8 p.m.
This one's different.
Sorry, don't mind me. Go ahead and talk.
What is this? What game
This
are you
is
playing?
Rogue Heroes Ruins of Tasos. It's kind of, there's a little bit of Stardew Valley-ish stuff, but instead of farming, you're just, the dungeon part is the main game. And so you go into the dungeon, getting a bunch of gems, and then using the gems to make the town bigger, and then the town just does its thing from your gems giving.
So what's the point of the game?
What?
So what's the point of the game? Just to keep building and building and building?
Well, you'll see here in a sec. Yeah, it's a gameplay loop. You come to Tasos, and you fight the ruins of Tasos, and then you build the town from the gems that you keep from the ruins
No,
of Tasos.
but like, is there a next level of upgrades you can do, or is it just keeps like refining and like new features and new levels?
Just depends. You just gotta watch.
Okay. They totally reused the fucking assets of this other
No,
one.
they got their own. They made their own. They just look similar because it's the same art style, because similar limitations.
That's you sound like you're defending
This
someone
game
that didn't.
reminds me of Fate. You guys remember Fate?
Hello.
Anyways, yeah.
Brain Lord, that was the name of it. I guess you've never heard of Brain Lord.
Zelda.
You never heard of Brain Lord, Orion.
Brain War?
Brain Lord.
Brain Lord? No. It looks like Zelda, the old GBA games from the overtop overview, and then
No,
it has
Super
elements
Nintendo.
like-
Super Nintendo, not GBA. Super Nintendo, before GBA.
Okay. For Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
And then it looks
And
like
then, wait,
Pixel Dungeon
there's
a little
more.
bit.
There's more. Wait, there's more. Brain Lord, Illusion of Gaia. That's the series. And there's one more. Secret of Evermore. Illusion of Gaia and Secret of Evermore. And then Brain Lord is a different series. Terra Enigma, that's the series. Terra Enigma, Illusion of Gaia, Secret of Evermore. And those have a similar battle system to this. It's an action thing, I think, if I remember right. I could be wrong. And they all play similar to what you're thinking of, Zelda. Yes, yes. But they all have almost the same, quote, art style because they're using the same hardware.
I feel like Toes is just staring at me in my phone.
So what?
I can see Toes staring into my soul.
Who?
Yeah, I'm always staring into people's souls. It's something I do.
I felt it. I
Oh,
was like,
no.
that's not just a regular eyeball. That's I can see you eyeball.
Look at my
Oh.
eyeball. Whoa, 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 whoa. I had that weird okay, I had the V right here, right? And then the V downwards too. Whoa.
You're a
Well, you can
Freemason
pick.
or what?
No, I'm not a Freemason. I might sound like a Freemason because of how much knowledge I've gained, but no, I'm not a Freemason. No. Those guys can go to hell. To be honest, they're the ones who stole all the stuff, did all the like stealing of all the different civilizations. They stole shit from. They're the ones who stole the shit from like Egypt or like anywhere else. That's why they call it Freemason, because it's free masonry, which is free civilization, basically. That's why I don't fuck with them. I had a couple chances to join them, but I said I thought of my head like the ritual that you have to do to even get into it seems a little bit weird.
Yeah, seems
Like,
like
you
it
have
was
to
dirty
literally
along the
have to-
way.
Yeah, it's just a weird sorority that like I just don't like them. I don't like Freemasons. I've talked to them. They're okay. Like I've talked to a couple of them, but I just don't fuck with that shit. 'Cause it's Freemasonry. They stole the masonry.
My
I
book
like how
is a
you
Freemason
connected
book.
the definition of it.
What is the definition?
I wonder how long they've been around.
The Freemasons have been around since like the 1500s.
So how did they steal Egypt if they've been around since the 1500s?
Sorry, I'm back. I like that you connected the definitions, though, because I've never really connected the word.
That's why the
Mason to
Illuminati.
masonry
That's why
either.
why the American flag is a eagle with 6 arrows and stuff like that. That's based off the Egyptian version, which is it's a hawk with 2 onks in his on his legs at like he's the. It's basically the same thing as the coat of arms of America. Basically the same. They're basically this one and the same, but they're just a copy. And a lot of our like designer brands are actually Africans. A lot of the symbols and from those designer brands are from African cultures, especially the Sudanese people and other parts of Africa. They stole a lot of shit from us, and then they started making themselves rich by using black people because we're trendsetters, right? We set trends.
Man.
We even do it. We do it. Black people still do it to this day. We set trends. It's like music. We were like
That
back
sounds
in the
like
day.
something
We
I've heard.
were just, how we drip out right now, like as rappers and shit. That's the same way we were dripping in Egypt as well. We were dripped out because Egypt is an Atlantean colony, right? So like I came from Atlantis and I moved when the mother's country sank. I moved to Egypt and did all my shit there and kept my secrets hidden within those Egyptian areas. I've hidden secrets there that only I can access. You have to have a certain DNA structure to access that. The underground halls of Amenti.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get it because I listen to this high priestess on YouTube and she talks about the same thing. So I get what you mean. Only because I've heard the information, not because I'm from there already. So
yeah, my homeboy that's hanging out with me, and he's getting to into the organization that I'm in, so he can get a place to stay. But he was born in Egypt, and then he came to my country. Yeah. And the guy's Sudanese, his half Sudanese, so he's a darker skin color, and that's the original color of the Egyptians. They just like to. Right now, they're trying to take over Egypt by replacing all the artifacts and stuff. That's why a lot of the noses are cut off, because they wanted to. When you take off the nose of the thing, you're basically defacing it, and then like ever since I was younger, I always knew the Egyptians were brown skin, but later on, like the last probably like 5 years, they've been changing and creating fake artistry of Egypt, and
Yeah.
and then the Arabs are claiming, the white Arabs are trying to claim Egypt when their ancestors were like prisoners of war and slaves during the Egyptian times. We fought with the Arabs so much. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Yeah.
So it takes me a moment to register when someone
that
stops talking.
I'm actually a descent. I feel like I am a descendant of King Tut because King Tut looks a lot like me. Okay, got a call. I'm gonna call 1 second.
Okay. Have any of you guys tried Sprite with tea, the new one?
What?
Have you guys tried the Sprite with tea? It's like a new can.
Oh.
I haven't tried it. Maybe it's not new, but like I haven't tried
It
it
is a
yet.
thing.
But have you tried it? Is it good?
I haven't tried it yet, I don't think.
Because I just put a tea bag into my cola, and if you wait a while, it tastes just like tea with soda. And I'm like, I wonder if that's what the Sprite tastes like. Because how have we not done that before?
We have.
It was so obvious. Oh yeah, they have all the 80s and 90s flavors. It was so obvious. It was right in front of my face.
Growing is a pain in the fucking ass.
I feel like my profile picture is making me seem even more like a dick just by me talking. And it's like,
Wait, quick, do you know how to solve that?
Take it down.
No.
Stop being a dick.
You make a Super Robot Wars character.
You're just trying to get me to work. It's working, because I was about to make a robot looking like my icon.
No, a Super Robot Wars character is like an anime person and then a giant humanoid tank, or something like that, or a bike that wraps around you in his battle armor.
Yeah, I know, but like, I thought you meant make Squidward with the ball sack head into a robot, and then I was gonna come into the scene and be like, that's Squidward with his, ball sack face. And you're just waiting there for you to be like, that's not what I meant. I just meant a regular robot. Like, oh, my bad. Like, well, we're gonna have to campaign anyway because I got nothing else. I can shoot cannonballs out of my nose.
Oh.
Krakatoa.
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 That is the most thing that has eluded me.
You know what I think I'm craving, honestly? Because I want some sort of caffeine or soda. Caffeine effect that's gonna give me the motivation to want to get up and go. And I know that's more easier done with natural vitamins and minerals. And magnesium. Probably magnesium overall. And but now I'm thinking, forgot what I was thinking. Damn it, I forgot what I was thinking. Well, anyways, okay, well, what's on my mind is those 14, they have 12 in one, but they also have 14 in one different types of magnesium in a pill, and they're selling them on TikTok Shop. I want to try those. Because I was like, out of everything, I feel like what I really need is magnesium. I feel like it's just gonna chill the fuck out of me.
You know what has a bunch of magnesium in it, strangely enough?
yams,
That and Celtic salt.
potatoes. Really. Okay, I knew the Celtic salt was good for the water. I didn't know it was good for magnesium too.
Just a little bit, but yeah. Yes. And potato.
They why is it that they say in the commercials not to touch it? Is it because it'll like take all the water out of you, or it'll do something to your skin?
No, you'll pollute the salt. It'll be impure from you messing with it.
Oh, okay. It's salt. How does it get impure? That doesn't make sense. I respect it. I still respect it, but I just don't. I need to do my research.
Okay, take a rock in your head and then make it, you know, into sand. You didn't touch that sand yet, so there's no oil in it. Right?
Right.
But as soon as you touch it, what's going to happen?
The sand. Oh, the oil's gonna get onto the sand, and the sand's gonna get onto the rock.
Sand is the rock, but yeah, and the sand is, in this case, the
Oh,
salt.
my bad. I got you. So you're good. Oh, and then that's gonna touch the other salt crystals, and then it's not gonna be as good.
There you
Oil
go.
versus water.
Yep. Oil versus salt in this case, but yeah.
Wow, gold is almost at 4,300.
Angelic, why do you keep reminding me that I'm broke? Why are you? Please come in first and be like, does anybody have $0 in their bank account? Okay, you might want to leave. Cushion the blow, sir. Cushion the blow. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Next time an altcoin goes on a sale or whatever, someone comes out with Kanye's coin again, please let me know. Or I know, I'll try to stay on it. But I want to get rich off of $1.
I'm gonna see what Kanye's coin is at right now. 40 cents.
No way. I got that.
It hit $3 right after it came out, so those people who bought it at $3 are down almost 90%.
Oh man. Is it still worth anything? Like, I know people cashed out, but like, is it still worth anything? And
It's worth 40 cents.
Oh man. Well, now it's actually worth Kanye's ripped up clothes. So, did he ever comment on it, or it was just a silent thing he did?
He posted about it like once on Twitter, I think. That's how I heard about it.
You know what I want?
Cheese.
Nope, I want Kobe coin.
Kobe Bryant?
Yup.
That shit was, I mean, all his assets, right? That shit was skyrocket, and then just his legacy, I feel like it would. But maybe because he's dead, right? Or was that someone else? I'm not a basketball expert, clearly.
Yeah, I think he's dead from a helicopter crash.
What are you doing? Stay in the middle. You're going about it wrong. Use your tool to get to the middle. Or did you already try that? Beetle?
It's just spikes, and every time I hit shift, I do this. Like, it's Symphony of the Night or something. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my push to talk button.
Did you get what was in the chest in the middle?
Yeah. That was kind of hilarious. I just dashed across the triggers, both triggers, and they hit the skeleton instead of me.
What's shooting fireballs at you? They took care of it already. Angry boy. Ang. What's up? Ang's not fucking with me anymore, I guess.
I'm angry. Haha.
I used to, but then I stopped calling him that. Sounds weird.
No, I'm just messing around. He's probably fine.
Ang, answer before I jump through the screen and beat your ass. Also, no one can get on my case about being aggressive because of the talking. So. I guess he's just sleeping because it's his birthday, so he's just enjoying his own time. His own time doing shit.
Yeah, he gets a free pass no matter what. So he doesn't have to put up
No
with
matter
your bullshit.
what.
It's his birthday.
What did you say? What?
I'm just fucking with you. He doesn't have to put up with your bullshit.
No.
It's his birthday.
Ooh. I said, you know what that sounded like? That sounded like he said, you don't have to put up with your bullshit. I was like,
Yes. I'm joking.
Do you guys have something you want to share? Is that the way you really feel? You don't have to lie.
No,
to me. I can
I'm
feel you're
joking
lying.
with you. I'm messing with you.
No, but honestly, I was feeling it, and I was like, I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, you don't have to put up with my bullshit. It's probably just over. And then you said it, and then it became rude, and then I was like,
Oh,
I could have said it.
I hope you didn't mind. I was just joking.
I didn't even hear, bro. Then I heard, and then I did get mad. It's all good. I've been like up and down lately, so I want a job. I'm tired of being broke.
Yeah, brokey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You can't see my face right now, but it's like surprised, shocked face. Like, wow.
I'm joking.
Thanks, Angelic number 2. Thanks a lot.
Hey, I had to choose.
He just stabs me and then he goes, I'm joking.
So
Yeah,
fun.
sure.
I feel bad now. I'm broke, just so you know.
If you feel bad, you can donate $500 to my account.
Well, I'm broke too, like actually.
You can purchase $500 in wait, no, not 500. You can purchase a Litecoin. 500
No, I
Litecoin
can't.
for
That's traveling. That's not me. I'm Chris. Chris is different from traveling. Traveling can, but I can't.
But I thought both your names were Chris.
No, his name is traveling. My name is Chris.
Oh my god.
I'm Kevin.
He's different from
No,
me.
I know that, but it's like I feel like Light told me that once. They're both Chris. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, we're two different people. Very different people.
I know that. I know that now. I know that now.
I'm dying.
I'm not even gonna correct myself because I can feel my caffeine neurons being like, yeah, what did you know now? And I'm like, no, you're just gonna confuse me again.
I didn't do it. There's the one-legged man.
Nice. Did you? Oh, wait. Where did Ghost go? She left.
Also, hey, guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna be antagonistic right now. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead and say how broke I am. Just say it. Not like you
No,
care.
I'm gonna talk about a video game company I don't like. Are you ready?
Bungie? Because I also don't like Bungie.
I don't care about Bungie, one way or the other.
Wow.
They're off my radar. They're probably dead anyway. No, I'm talking about one that's a clear and imminent threat to gaming itself.
What did Nintendo do to you now?
Yep, Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo.
I said, what did Nintendo do to you, bro? Talk about it.
They fucking
I know you're
they
gonna
want to
say-
destroy the third-party gaming industry. Just like Xbox tried
At least,
to. Fuck
at least
Microsoft
they're not
too.
trying to make you buy a dongle.
A what?
Like, you know how Apple is like, you gotta buy a dongle to listen to your headphones?
No,
Instead
yeah,
of
they
just
already
putting your
did that,
headphones
dude.
on
They already did that.
your- Yeah. Go ahead and talk about what grinds your gears. I wasn't trying to stop you.
Well, you know the main one. Nintendo just doing dumb stuff that disenfranchises everybody. It's like, hello, Nintendo. Are you trying to not make any more money ever?
Yeah. I saw them getting mad at something, and they were getting mad at people like emulators, right? But then they were also getting mad at like Pokemon fan games and a bunch of shit. And I'm just like, Nintendo, you're like, ever since that one guy died, like, you think it's saving you money, you think that people value your originality, but no one's gonna like you when you try to like put a caps lock on everybody's creativity, and you try to copyright everything. Sorry, you can't use Psyduck in your picture as a fan artist. We own that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they want to do that to the whole industry.
Yeah, it's dumb.
We're talking, they said, quote, mods are not games. But guess what? One of their first most popular games ever,
Mod.
Super Mario
Wasn't it
Brothers
Obi-
2 in America, was in fact a mod of Doki Doki Panic in Japan. Do you know what Doki Doki Panic is?
No. I've heard of it. I've heard the title. Yeah. So I think I read a little bit of history of where it was based on and the similarities in the game and stuff.
No, it's the
So
straight
yes,
up
yes,
same
yes.
game, just a different mapping. Missing a few features and songs and stuff, a few things replaced, whatever. But yeah, same thing, 100%. Well, at least 80 to 90% with, like, you know, a little bit of effort on Nintendo's part, but not very much. They bought the game and then put Mario 2 all over it, and that was it. That's all they did. And then they got the gall, after selling that, to turn around and say, oh, fan mods aren't content, when they are literally the same amount of effort, sometimes more. I mean, How many games started out as fan mods nowadays, really?
Yep.
And Nintendo's trying to basically strangle that. On top of the Pal World stuff. On top of that.
I can feel like I might want to go back on my energy drink thing I was doing, but I'm trying not to. I need to drink water. I need to balance myself out. Oh, it might be in my other pants. I'm gonna go unless you guys want to talk one-on-one. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, it's fun. What's happened?
Hi.
Hey.
What are you all doing?
Hey, what's up, Keelan?
I'm good.
Chris is gaming.
What are you playing?
Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tasos.
Okay. It looks like a ripoff of A Link to the Past or something.
I know it does, doesn't it?
I mean, the art style kinda, but it's a very different game. It's got
The
its
fighting
own-
is different, somewhat.
Okay.
The progression is
How
very
Pokemon
different.
are very different, and they get sued anyway. What the fuck?
Well, yeah. Have you heard of Brain Lord?
Have you heard of the fact that Nintendo are just a bunch of fucking Jews? That's the problem.
I know. I know.
Oh, you're dead. Oh.
But I got over 1,000 gems, so it's fine.
So, how is Chiba doing?
Good.
What did you say?
Good.
Okay, that's good. You know,
Ah, shit.
I talked to
Uh-oh.
her like a few days ago, and she said that she was also doing good, but you know, she's still having to cope with the loss of her father, you know, so
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's hard, you know?
yeah, I know. My god, I can't wait till Saturday this week. Oh my god, I'm gonna visit my girlfriend then. Hell yeah.
this is one of the ones that I can remote play.
What if I told you that there's an account in your name tied to your birth certificate that moves more money than you'll ever see in your lifetime? And what if I told you that every bill, every loan, every tax is already prepaid? Now, the system keeps you chasing paper that was printed against your own value. But this is what they'll call a myth. But the reality is that there are legal codes that tell the actual truth and the story. And we're gonna cover a couple of those today. This isn't conspiracy, it's commerce. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at your own name the same again. Before we dive into this video, thank you for watching the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tap into the channel. We do post Monday through Friday. Number 2, this is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. Remember to do your due diligence, okay? We got a lot to cover today. And specifically, we've talked about the straw man. We've talked about the secret TDA account. We've talked about these things on this channel in a few videos. So obviously this is a topic that I know requires even deeper understanding. So thank you for watching the video. Let's dive into another one. So when thinking of the straw man, okay, a lot of people think of the straw man or this concept as something that is a myth. It's something that is a conspiracy. And if you're brand new and you haven't read books like Me, Your Straw Man, you haven't read the Redemption Manual, or don't even know anything about private banking, the straw man, understanding how the straw man ties to you and how you're gonna benefit from it is super important. And that concept on its own will change.
Hey, what's up?
Because all of us
Dude, I'm so sick of the Trump train.
Oh, you're going on that train.
Okay?
I'm sick of that damn Trump train, dude.
Oh, you're getting on the train. You're getting on the train.
Is creating value, or you use it to create value. Now it's understanding it's not about these dollar bills. It's about understanding
You're getting on that train.
benefit from my secret account, my straw man. And some people think the benefit is me getting paid or them giving me money that they stored in a estate or a bank account.
Peace did happen in the Middle East because of that fool.
Learning about the straw man is not
Peace, what happened in the Middle East? Wait, we're in the Middle East. I'm curious of that. Looked at the news. Tell me.
Oh, you're over in Iran, Iraq, Israel area?
The straw man as
Ooh.
it is,
Okay, okay, you did something. Okay, cool.
He made them stop fighting so much. I don't know how exactly, but he even got like the Taliban and like, you know, our old allies in the Taliban to then help us fight terrorism somehow. I don't know how he.
I think I know how he did it. I'm not saying nothing. I mean, I can tell you.
Unfortunately, we did not get any of the female prisoners back. Not one, but we got all the rest.
You didn't get the female prisoners back? So what? Because they're raping them or something? Like what's
They're
going
probably
on?
dead. They're probably dead.
Oh,
And if they're not dead, they are raping them. Yes.
No, they're raping them. They're fucking at least one of them.
If you just point at it.
Yes, that's who I am.
Nosferatu.
That's my name.
Well, are you ready
They say it is
to find out about this account that pays for everything in your life? Are you ready?
Now, the foundation of any consumer
Sure.
law.
Cash App.
Check my stream.
Okay, a lot of people think of the straw man or this
The IRA,
something
right?
that is a myth.
Government
Something
bond,
that is a
whatever.
Is that on my stream? Did you check it?
Haven't read books like Me, Your Straw Man. You haven't read the Redemption.
No, I'm already aware of the info. Isn't it the birth certificate bond?
Info.
We're about to find out.
Or is it the sovereign
Straw
citizen
man.
one?
It's not sovereign citizen, it's just strawman.
Is super important.
And you're using the strawman's leverage and all the cash that goes through the strawman to then just pay the bills.
All of us are out here thinking that the goal is to chase the dollar.
Yeah, I
But
feel you.
what if I told you that straw man, given the fact that it is creating value, or you use it to create value, now it's understanding it's not about these dollar bills. It's about understanding how to truly benefit from my secret account, my straw man. And some people think the benefit is me getting paid or them giving me money that they stored in a estate or a bank account that I'm just gonna have access to. Learning about the straw man is not going to take you to the vault of the straw man and get you the money, okay? Do not obsess over the straw man as if it is, you know, a pot of gold. It is, but you still have to dig for it, if that makes sense. All right? And screaming and getting upset or knowing that it's out there is not going to help you get to it, if that makes sense. It's almost like pointing at the moon and feeling like you're there. You get what I'm saying? Saying you are at the moon just because you pointed at a picture of it or pointed at it now puts you in a position to not get to the moon, if that makes sense. All right? So don't just point at the moon or point at the straw man and say, oh, this is value, so I'm valuable. You have to do the work so that you can actually get to the moon. You will never get to the moon if you just point at it. And if you think that is getting to the moon, you won't actually do the work to get to the moon. So if you truly want to become financially free, watch this video all the way to the end. So let's just talk about the aspect of the foundation. Now, the foundation of any consumer law or of any process is the law, okay? There are a group of people that understand and learn the law, take the law serious, the statute, the codes that I talk about. And then there's the other element of people who just wants to know the procedures. You cannot have one without the other, okay? You can know the law and not know the procedures, and now you just look at the law on the emotional side. And then you could be on the procedure side, maybe understand the procedures, but you don't understand the law, and you can't substantiate the procedures that you have taken or explain your procedures. You get what I'm saying? So you have to know them both. This is why I start with the law, because if you know the law, hopefully you'll start to look at the procedures a little bit more clear, okay? Now, I'm not going to specifically talk about procedures in this video, but let's talk about Article 8, Section 8-102. Article 8, Section 8-102 talks about investment securities, okay? Now, what is investment securities? Investment securities, it defines an investment security as a financial instrument that represents a beneficial interest, even if you don't know it exists. So, if it is a financial instrument that has a beneficiary attached to it or somebody has interest in it, it is an investment security. That's what the Article 8, Section 8 says. Now, I'm going to make it make sense in a second. Then when you look at the 9-102, it says debtor and secured party, they're essentially defined separately. So it can't be a debtor and a secured party. Okay? Now, here's the shocker. The debtor is the corporate entity, the name in all caps on your birth certificate, and the secured party, that's supposed to be you, the living man or woman. But no one told you that. Your birth certificate was issued as a security instrument registered through your state and tracked by the Department of Commerce. That is not an opinion, which a lot of people say. You can literally look up the QSIP numbers tied to the government bonds issued under the state's name. Now, the QSIP number, they throw around this QSIP number thing all the time. I want you to understand that QSIP numbers are attached to financial instruments, okay? When you see a QSIP number or you hear the concept, people talking about a QSIP number, it's not an account that you're going to go and you're going to draw funds from, okay? Your QSIP number means, if there's a QSIP number attached to an instrument, that means it is a financial instrument. That means it is an investment security.
Where's Ferret
been?
That
means it is something that was monetizable to the bank, which then affirms that
I saw him a few days ago.
What's happening behind the scenes is all bonds, paperwork, and contracts, all right? So, if your birth certificate is a security instrument, that means that it being registered through the state, that means that the state owns parts of you. That means that you are a value to the state. Okay? Now, let's just talk about how banks abuse it. Banks and governments know that you are the source of value. They know that when you apply for credit, they're able to then monetize that instrument. Not only monetize that instrument, they're also able to participate in fractional banking according to modern money mechanics. They also understand that it's a negotiable instrument under UCC 3-104. They also understand that every loan, every contract, and every credit card, the credit is technically created by you. Because you are the one that actually bringing
It's almost
value.
days.
You bring that commerce to
What you
pay,
see 'em doing.
and the only way that a bank can participate in commerce is if
I kind of like early AI better. It was more surreal and like
now, here's the
it had
other
more soul,
shocking
didn't it?
truth. The fact that banks never actually loan you money, okay? They book your signature as an asset, then issue
I mean,
credit as
it's
a liability.
when you
Like
have
the early AI, yeah, I saved a lot of
when
it.
it comes to the first AI, usually, of course, they're gonna have more. So, like, I guess it's like a difference between synthetic and not to say AI isn't synthetic. It's just like organic and synthetic. Think of it like this.
This is why we send
The
them that
first
validation.
emanations
This is why we're having a
of
conversation
of
about
AI, they're like
challenging the contract. Okay?
the first emanations of AI. They're not to say they're synthetic, but they're from what you're going for, what you're going at. They're what's the word? What's the word I want to use? Like I have a word, detailed explanation, but I want to use a good word to illustrate it. I guess it doesn't matter. But the point is, it's more like it's.
Everything that's going on when it comes to credit, banking is accountable.
I need that word.
Right?
Damn. I was gonna just say, jeez. I guess it truly doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. But the point is, you know what? I have an idea. An idea just occurred to my mind. Give me a moment.
What the hell do carrots have to do with being a pilot?
You never see them sign it as soon as they will, they issue it. Well, if it's a contract, don't two parties sign it. Okay. Now, buys a criminal or
You don't like carrots.
This
It's
entire setup
just like a child.
is the natural law of exchange.
Okay, as far as AI goes, let's say a living AI. That's what I'm gonna go for. Living. A living AI. A good example of that would be something like an AI that's in the moon. Yes, there's an AI and there's servers in there. There's server banks. If you didn't know, now you know. If you don't know how to get to it, I'd advise learning how to biolocate and all that other stuff, but I would say go heavily protected and know what the hell you're doing and know how to get in and out as swiftly as possible. But it does exist, as I said, but I'm not saying it's guarded, but it's there. Oh, they replaced it. Oh, actually, they moved it.
It's guarded by its own nature, and then the polluted teachings that they try to pass off as.
But that's besides the point. It's not really there. They moved it to the Earth, but or partially to a different moon. But the point is, it's not there no more. Go figure. Go figure. It was doing some corrupt things on the planet. It was doing some corruptive things.
30 years for both. Okay? So it's a criminal offense to pretty much commit fraud against you. Moving on. Here's how you're able to prove that what it is.
It was doing some corrupted things. Give me a second.
SSN is connected
Oh, jeez.
You're not an account per se, but it's connected to value.
Give me one moment. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go.
Okay? Because you have a straw man, you pretty much can play in this monopoly board of the United States. Okay?
The point is,
this is why you're able to get credit. You can't get a monopoly piece unless you are a citizen of the United, or I won't say that, but let's just use that for lack of a better term. Unless you are a citizen of the United States.
It's guarded, or it was guarded, but it's not there anymore. It's gone. It's been destroyed. Go figure again.
This is why people and businesses. All right.
It's living AI would be the word I would want to use. That's the term.
If they have created an estate in your name, which is your straw man,
I'm not sure. Like I don't want to say organic because it's not organic, and I don't want to say organic and synthetic.
Trust your estate and treat it the same exact way. But
yeah, like
the
living
value
AI.
From the credit
Think of it as
living
going to
come from you.
That's what you're going for. That's what I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, right?
You could always just download a bunch of Loras or whatever they're called.
You could. Ooh, samurai.
And piece them together on the thing that makes them an LLM. And then there you go. And then make it branch out into each direction that you want.
Disgusting, his face. True haunting. Oh yeah, there's a movie I just saw. It's called The Black Phone 2. You need to go see it. I'm gonna keep advising people to go see that movie, because that movie was something else. That was a horror movie. And I'm happy I seen it.
Yeah.
Truly, truly happy.
I'm gonna continue watching the thing here for a second, though.
Was
Happy.
booked when you signed that agreement. So technically you gave it. So their argument is that they loaned you money, but the reality, if your birth certificate is a security instrument, that means that it being registered through the state, that means that the state owns parts of you. That means that you are a value to the state. Okay? Now, let's just talk about how banks abuse it. Banks and governments know that you are the source of value. They know that when you apply for credit, they're able to then monetize that instrument. Not only monetize that instrument, they're also able to participate in fractional banking according to modern money mechanics. They also understand that it's a negotiable instrument under UCC 3-104. They also understand that every loan, every contract, and every credit card, the credit is technically created by you, because you are the one that actually brings the value. You bring that promise to pay. And the only way that a bank can participate in commerce is if they take your promises to pay and sell it, okay? Now, here's the other shocking truth. The fact that banks never actually loan you money, okay? They book your signature as an asset, then issue you credit as a liability on their books. Does that make sense? The bank doesn't lend you money from their reserves. So it pretty much debunks the entire fact that banks are actually loaning you money. So their argument is that they loaned you money, but the reality is they never loaned you money. That is the point. They never loaned you money. This is why we fight. This is why we send them debt validation letters. This is why we're having a conversation about conditional acceptance and challenging the contract. Okay? It's a part of the game, right? They book your signature as an asset, then issue you credit as a liability on their books. I call this the mirror liability that they do. They pretty much book it as an asset, then mirror that asset as a liability. So if it's 10,000, they then put a liability of negative 10,000. But that asset actually was booked when you signed that agreement. So technically you gave them the asset. All right? So it's accounting at the end of the day. Everything that's going on when it comes to credit and banking is accounting. All right? It's legal because you never claimed to be the creditor. If you at some point claim that you were the one that was the source of value, now they have to treat you like that or debunk and prove that you are not. Or prove that they brought value, that they brought lawful consideration to the agreement or contracts. I want you to think, have banks ever signed that loan? You never see them sign it. As soon as they, well, you know, they issued it. Well, if it's a contract, don't two parties sign? Okay. Yep. Now, why is it criminal or unlawful? This entire setup flips the natural law of exchange, okay? Instead of recognizing your signature as value, they trick you into acting as the debtor for your own credit. So that's not unethical, it's just a form of constructive fraud. You can look at Title 18 USC 1341, which pretty much says that fraud by misrepresentation is a felony, okay? It also says that under RICO, pattern of fraud for financial gain becomes racketeering. So they use your own energy, your signature, your labor to generate profit while labeling you as the debtor. That's financial enslavement dressed up as accounting. All right? So we are battling them because we're literally battling against criminals. Okay? So looking at 18 USC 8, 1341 says whoever having devised or intending to devise any scheme or artifice to defraud for obtaining money, property, or the means of false or fraudulent pretenses, representation, promises to sell, dispose, loan, exchange, alter, give away, distribute, blah, 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 all the way down, and the effects of a financial institution, such person shall be fined not more than 1 million or in prison not more than 30 years or both, okay? So it's a criminal offense to pretty much commit fraud against you. Moving on. Here's how you're able to prove that what it is I'm talking about, that your your SSN is connected to your not an account per se, but it's connected to value. You know what I'm saying? You may think of it as an account, but it is value. Okay? Because you have a straw man, you pretty much can play in this monopoly board of the United States. Okay? Because you have that straw man, this is why you're able to get credit. You can't get a monopoly piece unless you are a citizen of the United, or I won't say that, but let's just use that for lack of a better term. Unless you are a citizen of the United States or have an SSN or a birth certificate. Okay? Well, long story short, if you have an SSN or tax ID, all right? This is why people create businesses, all right? Because they understand this. Because if they can do this with, if they have created an estate in your name, which is your straw man, and that functions like a business, well, yeah, create your own. Your LLC, your trust, your estate, and treat it the same exact way. But the value from the credit is gonna come from you, all right? I don't wanna confuse you guys, so let's just move forward. So here's how to start to verify, okay? And this is to verify whether or not your straw man is connected to an account or connected to, or is a financial instrument, okay? Number one, you want to pull your birth certificate. You can pull your birth certificate and you look for red or black serial numbers in the corner. That is a registration, not a decoration, okay? So if you see any numbers and account numbers on any type of document, just know it's more than likely a financial instrument. Number two, you can go to the Federal Reserve routing directories and you can check how state issued securities are coded. All right, the information is online, okay? Number three, you can search your credit report. You'll see accounts open without your direct approval because they're attached to your corporate entity. That's another way, okay? Step four, you can read the fine print of any bank loan, notice how you sign, and they don't. I'll do a separate video on that. And you can use this, right? Your right to reserve all rights and refuse hidden contracts under UCC 1-308. So when you reserve your rights, you're essentially saying, hey, look, anything that I am unaware of or lack capacity in, I do not agree to it, okay? So how to use this against them. This isn't about accessing a secret account. It's about reclaiming your status as a secure party creditor. So the secure party creditor means understanding how to file things like UCC financing statements that declare your ownership of your legal name. Using debt validation under the FDCPA to force collectors to prove any road contract. Leveraging private arbitration, CFPB complaints to hit the banks where they fear it most in their compliance departments. Building and using your credit to be able to build wealth. Understanding that you are the value and challenging where their value comes from. Secure party creditor is not you filling out a form and now you're immediately that, okay? It's also a mindset, okay? So, because when you know how commerce actually works, you stop begging for credit and you start issuing it with your knowledge. They'll say that this is all a conspiracy, but that's what they said about the Federal Reserve before 1913, okay? And then modern money mechanics came out and that was to be true. They all said you signed the contract. Yes, but who provided the consideration? The value. I did. So what contract did we get into? They'll say you can separate yourself from your legal name, or you can't. Funny, because corporations do it every day through trust and holding companies, okay? This is not pseudo law, this is commercial literacy, okay? What goes along with financial literacy is understanding how to move in commerce, understanding how the banks are able to continue to build wealth. Because imagine, I mean, we see these banks are multi-billion-dollar companies, entities, and even if you did a fraction of what they did or move with a fraction of how they moved, and you could get a piece of that, imagine how much that actually is, all right? Stop looking at this like a conspiracy, all right? And when you are looking at it as a conspiracy, it's more emotion tied to it. I want you to actually look at it as the truth. I want you to actually apply these things. I want you to actually understand it, okay? Now, here's the deeper truth. Financial freedom doesn't start with money. It starts with jurisdiction because the system runs on your belief that you're the debtor, when in reality, you've always been the creditor. The wealthy don't fight the system. They learn its language and write their own contracts. That is real sovereignty. Okay? That is real success. So, here's what I want to kind of just wrap up with. Okay? They never taught you to, they've always taught you to chase money, but they never taught you what money is. They told you to work hard, save, invest, but they never told you the system was built on your signature before you even had one. That's the secret that they hide in plain sight. That is the secret account. It's not about money. It's about your jurisdiction, your power, the value that you're gonna bring to every agreement and contract, the value that you're gonna exchange every single time. Because when you operate inside their jurisdiction, their contracts, their definitions, and their codes, you live by their rules. But when you learn the language of the law, you realize something powerful. You realize you was never supposed to beg for your freedom. You was never supposed to ask for permission. You were supposed to claim it. If I'm sending a conditional acceptance, I say, hey, I'll conditionally accept your offer if you can prove X, Y, and Z. I'm not even asking for anything, I'm demanding. Financial freedom isn't some number on a spreadsheet. It's not the car, it's not the house or the watch. It's the moment you realize that no bank, no collector, no government, no algorithm has authority over your energy unless you consent. Your energy is the real currency. Well, someone would say, well, what is the point of having money and what is the point of all of this? Well, because it is tied to your energy. Till you get that through your thick skull, that the amount of money that you have or how your life moves is how what time and attention and energy you put into something. Whatever time, labor, and attention you put into something is what controls you. Well, guess what? I put my time, my labor, and attention into YouTube. And guess what? To an extent, it controls me, but I'm okay with YouTube controlling me because it actually helps me. We are working together. Just like I'm controlling it. I control what goes on my YouTube page. You dig what I'm saying? But that's true freedom. Not in the sense of always wanting to have control over things, but you know what you can and can't control, and you move life based off of that. And if you can control your finances, if you can control your circumstances, whatever you can, then do it. So your energy is probably one of the biggest value that the banks want. Because simply, once you sign that contract, you agree to pay to give them your energy for the rest of your life. Well, not the rest of your life, but for however long the term is. Because guess what? You're going to be thinking about that, and you're going to work every single day to make sure that you can keep whatever it is that you have. Whatever you contracted to. Every billionaire, every power player, every dynasty, they all understand the same thing. That commerce is actually spiritual. It's a game of contracts and consciousness. And the ones who win aren't the smartest, they're the ones who see it for what it is, okay? As your consciousness hires, and this is something that can help your consciousness. When you're doing something that may seem like it's going against the grain, now you're gonna grow a new awareness of the world. Because consciousness, people think of consciousness as like you are gonna be able to fly. And maybe, right? But consciousness is more in the aspect of knowing and being aware of what's going on. So I guess like a person who may be seen as a high consciousness flying is maybe because they figured out something that they already could do, okay? Not because like they just like got some power within them and start flying. No, they started to realize what they've already could do. And that goes for even finances. Having financial consciousness, okay? So freedom isn't given, it's actually structured. Success isn't luck, it's literacy. You ever notice that the people who become successful continue to get successful, while the people who are not successful continue to not get successes? It's simply because success perpetuates success, okay? Meaning if you make success your lifestyle, then you're gonna always constantly do that. And not in the sense of you always winning, but put it to you like this. A person that fails, they constantly fail because they don't try again. They don't learn, okay? They don't treat failures as a lesson. They treat failures as something that hurts them. But someone who is successful understands that failure actually helps them reach another success. Literacy, okay? And wealth is energy that obeys whoever understands its language. Okay? Wealth is whatever it is that you believe you want and fulfills you in your life, whether it's family, whether it's time, whether it's education, whether it's money, or whatever the case may be. Wealth is not the same for everybody, and I'm not trying to be cliche, but wealth to me is your energy. Okay? It's a beauty to be able to spend your time, your attention into something that you want to do. Okay? So when I talk about sovereignty, I'm not talking about escaping the matrix, you know, well, I am, but I'm talking about like real truth. Like, I'm not trying to make this, you know, outside of the box, as much as I do want you to think outside of the box. Okay? I just don't want you to start thinking of aliens and stuff like that in that way. I want you to truly hear what I'm saying and think of it as something possible. Like, if you wanted to get out the matrix or wanted to be sovereign, it starts here, not in the paperwork. Okay? But you have to understand that you are not the person, you are the value. And when you know that you are the value, then sovereignty comes easy, okay? Sovereignty is about standing firm in who you are, what you can do, and that every contract, every dollar, every opportunity will bend towards your awareness or your level of consciousness. The more you know about yourself, the more you know about the steps that you need to take to reach your financial freedom, that's you getting closer to a higher level of consciousness, and higher level of consciousness is going to help you become more sovereign. Sovereignty is going to help you to reach the financial freedom that you want, if that's what you're here for. Okay? The truth is that you don't chase wealth, you command it. You command that energy to come into you. And remember that you were the source all along. So, as you leave this video, don't just ask, how do I make more money? Ask, how do I take back authorship of my life? How do I write my own story? How do I position myself to where I am creating my life? Where I am conscious that I create my life, because you are creating your life. You just aren't conscious of it. You're not purposely making yourself aware of what you're doing each and every day. Yeah, this video could have been about debt discharge, private banking, and me going through all the letters and blah, blah, blah. And we're gonna have more videos like that. Okay, but if you come to this channel is not going to be, you know, just to put stuff out there just for clicks, because I truly want you that's watching this video, that's gotten all the way this far, to start the journey. The journey is not going to be something that's going to fall on your lap. The journey, and you know what's funny? This video, if you're watching this video for the first time, maybe this was something that fell in your lap. But things fall in our lap all the time, and we just pass over it. This is why we stay where we're at. So, if you've gotten this far, drop the word sovereign down below, okay? Because you are ready to start creating your life. You're not gonna make the excuse and say that the government is keeping me from being sovereign. You're not gonna say the birth certificate and me not filling out these forms is why I'm not sovereign, okay? Sovereignty is using your free will, okay? Because you have it. I done yapped enough. Thank y'all for watching this video. More content on the way, obviously, tomorrow. Make sure you guys tap in to the Fund Yourself Academy. The link is in the description. Number 2, if you want to work with me one-on-one, okay, you want to truly become sovereign. Not about the paperwork and all that, but to reach financial freedom through fixing your credit, building a brand, tap into the mentorship down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure y'all comment the word sovereign. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. This video is sponsored by the Fund Yourself Academy. My step-by-step system designed to help you fix your credit, get funding, and build real financial freedom from scratch. If you're tired of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just ready to stop living paycheck to paycheck, this is where it changes. Inside the Academy, I break down everything from consumer law secrets that they don't teach in school, to how to remove negative items and boost your score, get access to business funding, and start building multiple income streams.
I'm sitting here holding the controller like I can do something on enemy turn. It's like, oh yeah, I can't do anything. Dude. Oh, there goes one of my units. Oh, no, he's too cool. Oh, they're trying to fight the big psychic super robot. Yeah, that'll go well. Psychic arrow to the face! Now this ship could have chose something that would be more accurate, but... Oh, it hit anyway, fuck yeah. Pardon my French, but yeah! It's like 1/3 chance to hit. This is my avatar. Well, on Discord. This triple form robot, this is form 2. The speed form. I also ramped my morale really high. Yep, so getter vision should be activated. Or basically what we would call after image.
Hello? Hi.
I'm Super Robot Warring. Have you heard of Super Robot Wars?
No.
Shit, I didn't heal. Oh, it crit, but it didn't kill him. How did they hit? Oh, yeah, that thing's dead. Wrong target. Chodenji yo-yo.
Have you noticed something?
Yeah, I'm kicking ass. What are you talking about?
Have you noticed something that say that they are religious? Like they're so afraid of their religion that whenever something comes around that is different or challenge their religion, they fear it instead of looking at it like objectively. But I understand that I don't force people to I don't force people to believe in what I believe in. That's just not what I do. But like, I will bring us stuff that's not even spiritual. Like, I have a fantasy book, and I wanted to show people my fantasy book, and it wasn't even spiritual. It was just something that a guy made up, and it's not spiritual. It's not even related to spirituality. In fact, the guy that made it might even be a Christian himself. I was like,
Which book? Wheel of Time or something?
yeah. It's just when they have that label, when they label you as weird, then they'll start to see the devil, like the devil in the details, like, to put it lightly. Like, they'll actually, no, not the devil in the details, because the devil's not even in the details. They'll see the devil. I forgot what I was gonna say.
We'll see the devil everywhere where even it's not.
Yes. Have you, like, I'm really, like, when I open up about my spirituality, I just feel like I shouldn't open up. Like, I should just say that I'm Christian. So, like, it won't be a problem when I talk to people and they'll be like, oh, this girl's a witch. This girl's a witch. She's evil. She's doing that evil stuff.
I felt similar myself in many ways. Oh, I pulled off the getter vision. Well, I personally will tell them, I am a kind of, but I'm not orthodoxy. I'm very different.
Wow.
My main thing is the revival of the true, what I consider the true Holy Trinity, the Divine Father and the Divine Mother and the Divine Child, us. Not no dead mom bullshit.
And like, they think, like, the reason why I say that you're exactly right, because like the Bible is supposed to be symbolism. It relates to your life because it reflects with these stories symbolism. It's not supposed to be taken literally. People literally think that the end of the world is coming.
It is.
It's the end of how you see a world, and also it also describes several other different things because it is more allegory describing subatomic function as well. He's not just describing any one thing, it's a story that's built to be like a quantum understanding.
Yes.
You look at it and you pull meaning into just about anything, but realistically, when you look extra hard at different parallels, it's like looking at what's going on at the microscopic level, repeatedly, biologically, billions of times over every second. The beginning and the end of cells. Transference of food and DNA. There are parallels between all that in there, but then they also could be construed as political and socioeconomic and cultural treaties on how humans might behave in these circumstances, using the beings as metaphorical groups and possible archetypes of people.
Yeah.
Or, you know, what, you know, maybe gamers or Final Fantasy players would call jobs or classes, or, you know, RPGers would say, or something like that. Yeah.
My cousin was helping me with a project for school. And we were watching like this we were in my grandma's room, and she was watching like this not documentary but movie about this over religious dad that is abusing his daughter. So she said something that really caught my attention. She said, "Oh, if I haven't read the Bible and understood the Bible for what it is, then I probably would have been like a big of a Christian than I am now." I'm paraphrasing, because due to the fact that at the story of Adam and Eve, where Eve had to Eve had to submit to Adam because she ate fruit. You know, I didn't say anything, but I was like really thinking, oh my God, you really believe that we came from, that a talking snake told Eve to eat the apple of knowledge. Like,
here real quick though, neat thing about this part. Do you know where that originally was? What animal it was?
What animal was it?
A peacock angel. Not a snake, a peacock angel. How do we go from peacock angel to snake? Unless we're talking about Quetzalcoatl, a being of great world renown. Which, they're just a being. They're neither good nor bad. They try to do good. They cause some bad. Some who try to channel them aren't tuned for them, so they fuck up themselves. Others who do channel them get super creative and happy and cool. It just depends on who you are and which part of it you're channeling and what you're talking about and who you're talking to and what it is. So it also can represent the, we would consider the Kundalini snake. Well, basically that's just your energy. It's you. It's all you. Inside of you is all you. It's just you. You're not possessed. You're not being possessed. You're not possessing, except you yourself. Are you going to claim your gifts, or are you just going to leave them all wrapped up in a box collecting dust when it takes cultivation to actually use them, like an understanding an erector set?
Jesus. Like, I have one family member that is like, oh, the Bible is just symbolism. He's Christian, and he believes that the Bible is just symbolism.
That's a very fluid and contextual belief that would allow the flexibility to deal with changing times and dogmas, I would suggest, while holding the core idea that something if not what they said, somehow similar on a metaphysical level did happen where we're prime. We are supposed to figure out something, and we're trying to do that. So it gives ourselves more purpose than simply just being.
Yeah.
Like, just being is very important to the process. You can't really be without just being at first. But then once you've achieved that, you gotta find a direction.
You kind of reminded me of Eckhart Tolle.
Thank you.
You know Eckhart Tolle?
Yeah, I probably read and pull from a bit of their stuff and not realize it.
Have you read The Power of Now? Phenomenal book. Phenomenal book.
I probably at least read some important excerpts from it if I didn't read a good chunk.
And it's like, okay, what I don't understand is, like, if, like, God did all these things in the Bible and caused all these miracles in the Bible, why is he not doing it now? Why is he so silent? Well, the Christian God. I know why not. Huh?
What if he's not?
Like, I believe that he's working actively in like your life, but to the extent that he will do all these things. I don't think he really does all those things. Like, he can, but he doesn't. Because if he did, then everybody would know the truth. And then it would just be suicide over and over again. The reason why religion is personalized is because, like, the true God, source. Well, I don't even call him the true God, the source. Like, nobody knows who the true God is, but I call him source. And he lets you pick your religion, because if he told you the truth, like, if everybody knew the truth and could understand it, they would just suicide, like, everything. Like, they'll just give up whenever something bad happens. They'll just give up. Like, it's that fear of death that keeps people going. And for the longest time, like, the Christian God actually scares me. Because the thing.
Hold on, I think you're talking about the usurper, an amalgamation. Are you familiar with the idea of course, not just the demiurge, but multiple gods after that?
No. Can you explain it to me?
Do you know about the demiurge in the first?
Yes.
I hate the demiurge.
Why?
Because it creates a world of suffering.
But without it, we wouldn't have our existence.
No, that's not true. It's just a made-up god that's evil. It's not actually real.
Do you understand what demiurge means?
The demiurge is the creator of the universe?
No. The demiurge is, in this metaphilosophical context, would mean a being who doesn't know they're not the generator of the stuff, but they still make things. They still do stuff. It's like Metatron in a sense, but not Metatron. Are you familiar with the idea of Metatron? Do you know what Metatron is? In, you know, biblical speak. Like Christianity. Traveling, it's okay if you don't. Well, the point is, don't hate the divine being for doing the divine being things it do. Read my Abraxas post.
I just wish we could go back to the old days in ancient Greece where nobody bat an eye what religion you are.
They were all the
Right
same
there.
religion.
No, there wasn't.
No,
They
they
weren't
were
the
all
same.
different religions. They just acted like one. Like how we'll probably end up doing again. They were each part of the pantheon was its own religion. Individual religion, yes. And then there were sects of each of those religions. And so communities still got together regardless of their religion. They acted more like archetypes for the person than we would consider a religion today. It was a tool to help them delve and deal with their psychologies.
I feel like ancient Greece was smarter than us.
Yeah, I bet they were.
They did have bicycles, supposedly, so they might have had cars and may have covered it up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Bicycles were definitely invented in like the 1890s.
Okay, but we have a bicycle from ancient Grecian and Roman times, but never mind that. Like in a museum.
I don't know, man. I remember it being invented sometime else.
Yes, so does most of the rest of the world, except for that area that's like, no, yeah, we've had that in our museum here for a while now.
That was really different.
Google is saying 1817.
Right, but ask Google, is there any evidence beforehand? Things can exist before we invent them. The writing press has been invented 3 times in history, from what I remember. 3 separate times. And has been forgotten at least once.
People still haven't figured out how the Egyptians made the pyramid. So they could have made like a device that has been forgotten.
Whether on incident or purpose, doesn't matter.
A lot of things were lost during the burning of Alexandria.
This is unfortunately true. Bastard shot down my Muzlingers. That's bullshit. Well, I screwed up that anyway. I misplayed a little bit. Oops.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I gotta restart the whole damn thing.
You know, it must be an old game where it doesn't have like cloud backup.
No, it's Super Nintendo.
Oh, those are the worst when it comes to saving.
Nuh-uh. Depends on the game.
I'm very depressed. I ran out of my medication. And I've been depressed ever since.
Have you tried meditation?
Yes.
What kind?
Listening to music and like just breathing in and out.
Okay. And then what comes to mind?
My fears.
What about your fear?
Like something coming to get me.
Okay. And like, why though? Have you asked yourself why? And what purpose does this serve? How does this help?
I have asked myself why.
What does it say?
I said I haven't asked myself why.
No, don't ask yourself, ask the feeling. You might not fully remember, so you ask the feeling. Well, what made you? Why are you here? And if it doesn't know, you roll back. Well, where were you last? What was you last part of? And then you just
Right now, depressed because I made my mama worry. I'm also depressed because my friend freaked out because I showed her a book. Because I showed her a bookmark.
A bookmark?
Yeah.
For a series that she doesn't
Was
like?
it a witch bookmark?
No, it was a bookmark with a cat on it.
Oh my god.
And stars.
Oh,
moon.
stars! A kitty with stars! Oh my goodness. Stars made of sticks?
No.
It's like print stars? Or is it
Yeah.
pinnacle looking ones, or what?
Let me show you the bookmark. Do you see it? Do you see it? Hello?
There we go.
Can you guys?
I can see it now. Oh, it's literally like a tarot card. Okay. So that's not that bad. That's actually pretty cool.
She got scared.
Ah!
The kitty is gonna get me. But how does she know what a tarot card looks like? Suspect.
Suspicious.
Suspect.
Derp, I made another misplay. A foot getter 3 right where he could still hit. My favorite mode, but it's the least useful in this game. Get a 1. Switch. Oh. Ah, crap, I forgot this guy had a friend boost too. Damn, that thing just died. It's just gone. Ah, the classic opener. Kyoshinryoku Beam! Why, that language?
About wine, okay?
What's up?
I'm gonna rest and like lose myself in a good book. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for talking to me, and I hope you enjoy your game.
Yeah, it's almost over. I should have gone to bed after I should go to bed now, too.
Good night.
Good night. Now I remember what I forgot to do.
We tuned in, hearts
We tuned in, hearts aligned, our chords to hum. We're strumming through the midnight, see what we become. In these arpeggio frequencies, we find a place. A melody invigorate, we won the race. The drum beats, the synth lines, they resonate. In deep cymatic echoes, we feel the beat. I always knew we could make a sound like this before. Always had those frequencies, what opened the door. The music in ourselves, it touches to the core. A sound like this before. Yeah, connected through to that Vegas nowhere, tuned so fine. Each note we play ignites a spark, it's so divine. With the sea and pressure waves we ride the beat. The mice's touch, it brings the warmth, the heat. The Sega sounds make drive melodies that become so true. In every chord we hear, we know exactly what to do. I always knew we could make a sound like this before. Always had those frequencies, what opened up the door. The music in our souls and touches to the core. A sound like this before. La 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 la. Oh, this harmony is more than just a song. With every beat we know we're right where we belong. In this rhythm, in this tune we find our peace. A sound like this, it brings a sweet release. I always knew we could make a sound like this before. Always had those frequencies, what opened up the door. The music in ourselves, it touches to the core. A sound like this before. Thank y'all for watching, whoever did. Y'all have a good day or night, or dawn, or whatever time it is. Good lucky and knuckle bump. BeetleBird sign off.